and in this video I'm going to rebuild one of these rear brake calipers off a VW Golf. This is from a 2002 Golf, but it's pretty much the same caliper that's on from late 90s up until the modern day VWs. One of the fail points is actually where it seizes around here because it's made out of aluminium, and it just stops the piston from retracting back, and it just locks on the brakes a little bit. So if you like a lot of DIY sort of stuff, particularly VAG stuff, subscribe to the channel because I'm always messing around with something. So let's get on and rebuild this. So I'm going to strip down and service one of these rear calipers. Pretty much covers a lot of the VAG range. They're the aluminium ones, Mark 4 onwards. Sometimes they do change the variation of this body, but that's neither here nor there when it comes to actual internals. In another part of the separate video I will actually be painting these, so when I come to build it back up they will be painted. I just don't know what colour yet, I haven't decided. But anyway, where these actually fail, normally when you wind back the caliper to do the brakes using a special wind back tool, you find it really stiff to operate, or you've actually had problems with the back of the brakes where you've actually started binding or sticking or not working properly. And a lot of the time these are aluminium bodied, and to get it out, because there is movement on this one, all I'm going to do is work the handbrake lever which goes that way, and we can just see it coming out. Just lift the seal up and round. You see a little bit of corrosion in there, but we'll clean that up. You can get replacement cylinders, but we don't need to today. And that's out, fairly clean. And we'll just pull this seal out, working it very gently. And you can actually see all the crusty aluminium come out. Just see it around there, and there's the build up, and that's what, and it also goes into the second seal. So we're going to take the second seal out very carefully. That's not too bad on that one. Just see, but we're going to clean that up anyway. So to get this one off, you actually undo it with a spanner and knock it off. This I've already loosened, so it just needed a little bit of gentle persuasion with a hammer and a set of grips. If you were to buy a full replacement set, you'd get these seals, a little inner seal, and you'd have to take that centre section out, but I've not got any circlip pliers big enough, and I don't need to. Lots and lots of brake cleaning on this one, so I'm just going to soak it in the seal. Never use WD-40 or any oil based products on this, because it will swell up the seals and you will have to replace them. So after a lot of messing around, that's the same caliper. It still needs a little bit of running, touching up here and there, which I will do. It'd be so much easier if I had a little sandblaster or something. It would take all that off. It would still be corrosion because aluminium corrodes, and it'd still be there, but the main thing is now we actually tackle the problem, and the problem's being not the bottom seal, which has got a bit of dirt in there, but it's this next one up. So this is the one that little rubber boot, the expanding one, sits on. That is also the same boot, it's just been cleaned up in brake cleaner. You work with a screwdriver, you can actually see the layers of corrosion come off. So as the layer of corrosion builds up, essentially that bit gets smaller, and that's quite a tight interference fit on the piston, which I'm also going to clean up with the wire wheel, but not too aggressively, really soft brass one. So I'm not going to go with anything too sharp. I'm going to go at a real low speed and just clean it up, put plenty of brake cleaner to keep it lubed up. And then also a little round hook I've got, just to get rid of all the build-up of stuff. Take it back to them, and then I'm going to run through with that tool that you never know really what to use it for. It's a little wire wheel that goes on the end of a Dremel. It just fits nicely in there. It does ruin the wheel because you're there being quite aggressive, but it brings it up really clean. So as you can see in there, all the corrosion build-up has gone. That's all nice and smooth. So while you're running the wire wheels through there, get a bit of old brown paper or newspaper or something, shove it into there, stop all the excess dust going in there, and then afterwards really go meticulously clean it with brake cleaner. The more or less you can use, the better. Cleaned all these, everything runs, looks, works perfect. So what I'm going to do, while they're all stripped down, I'm going to give them a paint, but I'm going to keep that for another video. If you've not painted yours, doesn't matter either. If you've just cleaned them up, rebuilding is exactly the same. If you've painted them, you're going to put them back together more or less the same way I am, and not put them in a vise. Putting in a vise would be so much easier. So again, take all your bits off and thoroughly clean, particularly the inside. I did clean them beforehand, again with lots and lots of brake cleaner, and a clean cloth. And the boot, thoroughly cleaned it in brake cleaner, and it's come up like new. Again, there's no cracks or splits in it, so it's good to go. If you were to buy a full kit, you'd end up getting that, the back seals, which involves a really long nose set of circlip pliers to get in there to get the internals out, and you'd also get new bleed nipple and a new cap, possibly something else. So that's clean like new. Make sure again before you install, give it a good clean. You're going to put that into that lower ridge. So there's a load of fluids and special use items that you should use. There's a particular grease that's advised for on there, but years ago we didn't have that special grease. So what we used to use was brake fluid, and that's pretty much what it's been like since the dawn of brake calipers when they've put them together. They didn't have special fluids. If you use any WD-40 or any oil-based lubes or anything, that's going to swell the seals and you're going to be back at square one. So there's one I've pulled out of another caliper just for purpose. That's standard one that's again being seized. You can see the build-up of rubber, dust, dirt. That actually had water ingress in past the boot. So the one I'm putting back was fairly clean to start off with. Gave it a light coating with WD-40, then wiped it off, and then a very soft light wire brush round, and then cleaned it off with all brake cleaner again. And we're going to mount this in a very similar sort of way. Now this is the trick. So that's in there, and what we'll do is we'll just run a little bit of silicone based lube in there. Right, we need to put this slot in there, we need to put that in the ridge and then wind this in. And you see that seal has gone in quite cleanly. And then we'll slowly push that down till it meets, and then we'll just attempt to wind it in by hand. Winding tool, get it in, and just try and wind it, just get it started on that threaded section. It's very hard to keep it central, so that's when you put the little extender bit the wind back tool as if you were doing a normal set of brakes. And that goes back nice and freely, and the lube in there stops the seal from spinning, which if you've done a lot of brakes you've seen that happening. And there we have it. So putting the bracket on, got your two parts. Now, one of them holds the handbrake outer section, which sits like that. Just put that in, half a turn, and then this bit where it actually holds the end of the handbrake needs to sit up against there, but with force. So unless you've marked where it's come off, you're going to do it a tooth out, because as that sits squarely it won't do that last tooth. So tooth out, loosen that and lift it up, and you do it one tooth over, and then you always use the original nut that came off it, because it's slightly different concaved at the bottom. That allows an interference fit between the spline unit, and we'll just get that started. Without doing it up too tight, you're then able to put this bit back on, and you'll just see you need to apply a little bit of pressure to where the handbrake return spring is before putting that back in. I've already pre-applied Loctite to that, so we just do that hand tight. It will lock up against the body. And again, about 25-30 Newton meters. That's about that. And then that one just nipped up. That's where you take your bits of masking tape. It's important that you do not paint that section or inside there. And there we've got a rebuilt caliper without using any parts. Remember to share, like and subscribe, and I'm going to decide whether I still like this colour or not before it goes back on the car. And the painting caliper video should be here somewhere. Here, there. But anyway, thanks very much. Ta-da.